So you've hunted for weeks or maybe even months, endured bidding war after bidding war, and finally you've got an accepted offer on a home. So you start packing for the big move, and then the hammer falls. The appraisal came in low. So what do you do now? Well, stay tuned because today I'm going to go over a few options that you have if the home you want doesn't appraise at the contract price. And don't forget to like and subscribe because I do this every week and you don't want to miss anything. No matter what kind of market we're in, there's always a risk that the appraisal will come in low. But in a seller's market like we're in right now, multiple offer situations are driving up purchase prices in a big way, which increases the odds of the home appraisal coming in lower than the sales price. And that's a problem because if the sales price and the appraisal amount are different, a bank's only going to lend on the lower of the two amounts. But a low appraisal doesn't have to spell the end of your home purchase. You've got a few options. Option number one, and the most common option in a normal market, is to ask the seller to reduce the purchase price to the appraisal value. In past markets, this was really successful because the sellers were reluctant to have to start over and look for a new buyer. But today, with buyers lining up for every available home and pretty much begging for the chance to buy it, most sellers are going to be pretty happy to just put the home back on the market and look for a new buyer. The second option is to ask the appraiser to reconsider their appraisal. As a buyer, you're entitled to a copy of the appraisal report. Go over it with your agent, and if you feel that the appraiser overlooked some relevant comps, then your agent can send the appraiser a carefully written letter, along with any additional or new documentation that supports the higher purchase price, asking them to reconsider their appraisal value. And when I say carefully written, I really mean carefully written. Don't be insulting or indignant. Just lay it out in black and white. Appraisers are usually pretty reluctant to reconsider the appraisal value because nobody likes to make mistakes. But occasionally they will adjust an appraisal if they feel that the comparable properties and the facts that you provided are strong enough to support the higher value. I actually just went through this a couple of weeks ago with a client. The appraisal came in almost $50,000 low under the contract price. But after doing the research and providing the appraiser with some better comps and additional info, the appraiser agreed that the higher value was warranted, and we were able to close at the original contract price. Now, if the seller won't budge on price and the appraiser won't reconsider his value, then the third option is to just pay the difference between the purchase price and the appraisal out of your own pocket. This is the most common option in a seller's market like the one we're in right now. But don't forget, you're going to be paying that difference on top of your down payment and your closing costs. If you'd planned on putting down a substantial down payment, you might also be able to put less money down and then use the rest of it to cover the appraisal gap. Talk to your lender about how you might be able to restructure your loan in order to make it happen. And the last option is just walk away from the deal and look for another home. Most purchase contracts allow for the buyer to cancel the contract and get his deposit back if the home doesn't appraise at the purchase price. And even in a market like this one, there will be other houses. Of course, if you're paying cash, things get a little easier. You just have to decide if you're comfortable paying over the appraisal price in order to get the house, or if you'd rather start over and shop for a new one. And that brings up another really good point, which is, why would you want to pay more for a home than the appraisal value? Well, first of all, an appraisal is just an opinion of value. Homes don't have a blue book like cars, so there is a certain amount of uncertainty inherent in any appraisal. And appraisers are human too, just like the rest of us. Opinions vary. And even if that isn't the issue, there are a lot of reasons why you might value a home more than an appraiser or a lender does. Maybe it's close to your job or your family and friends. Maybe the backyard is perfect for the family pet. There might be sentimental reasons why that particular home is the one you just have to have. These things don't necessarily add value from an appraisal standpoint, but they could be really valuable to you. Buying a home is a major financial decision, and it's one you're going to be stuck with for a while. So it's always a good idea to consult with your real estate agent and your lender before going home shopping. They can help you understand the current market conditions and run the numbers to help ensure that you're making the right decision for your situation. And as always, if you're thinking about buying or selling a home in today's market, I can help with that. Give me a call and let's get started.